Good morning, Cardamania. It's RJ back with another video, so let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day from 1988, the Topps American UK Mini. So this is a product marketed primarily to Great Britain, trying to get the Brits interested in baseball. To this day, the Brits still aren't interested in baseball, American baseball, but they did this set. I gotta say, it probably was released in both pack form and box set form, because whereas I am a box set collector, this is not listed under the box set listing on the tradingcarddatabase.com. It's listed under the oddball sets, which means it was probably available in packs as well. Interestingly, this set was also released in a Tiffany version, as Topps is wont to do in the 80s. You can see here there's a high gloss finish on this one, not so much on that one. So there was a Tiffany version of this set released, and I have both of those cards from 1988 Topps UK Mini. From my random baseball item of the day from 2003, the Fleer Hardball release of Jeff Kent. So Fleer Hardball, round cardstock cards featuring your baseball stars of the day. See here, 2003 Fleer. Jeff Kent was on the Astros by this time, having left the Giants. Jeff Kent, I chose to show that card off because I think Jeff Kent's another one of those guys who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Not sure why he hasn't received as much love as he should. He was certainly, in my mind, worthy of it. But we'll let the Hall of Fame decide as it will, and we'll enjoy the debate every year. So Jeff Kent's 2003 Fleer Hardball card, my random baseball item of the day. Today's trivia question. The inaugural class of the Hall of Fame, voted on in 1936, when they decided to create a Hall of Fame and vote in the worthy people, it was decided to allow the baseball writers to make that decision, primarily because they were the only individuals who typically would have seen every player, because they would have followed their team, and each player would have come through their team from the other teams of the league. A little bit more difficult if you were, like, say, in Detroit or Cleveland, because you might not see the National League players. But it was decided that the baseball writers probably had the best ability to determine who was the best for a Hall of Fame, because they had likely seen all the players, or more players than anybody else in the general public or even baseball fandom. So that was the decision. There were 226 writers who voted in the inaugural class back in 1936. Now, famously, Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson were elected that year. You needed 75% of the votes cast. Now, with 226 people voting, you know there were a lot more votes for people other than just those five. But the other people who were selected did not make the 75% required threshold. So over the years, most of those other 51 players who received votes on that first ballot, most of them got in. However, there are eight players who received votes during the initial vote of 1936, who still to this day are not in the Hall of Fame. They didn't get voted in by the Veterans Committees in any form, or subsequently by the baseball writers in future years. So my question to you is, name for me any one of the 8 players who received votes on during the initial ballot for the Hall of Fame in 1936, who never made it into the Hall of Fame. Name me one of those 8 players. What you're playing for, cool card from 2022 Topps, an insert featuring Jackie Robinson in the Montreal Royals. kind of a funny state. It's a staged photo, but if you look here, he's looking at the 1947 Dodgers schedule. This is probably towards the end of the 1946 season that he had with the Royals, Montreal Royals, and they have him here posing, looking at 1947, dreaming. You know how these people are when they stage these stupid photos. Jackie's dreaming of going to to Brooklyn next year. So this is the card. That's what you're playing for. So send me an email with the correct answer. I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of the question. You will have today and tomorrow to answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. Today, what I want to show off, a little card set I've shown off before, but I was flipping through it and saw some interesting things I want to share with you. This is from, I'm trying to find the copyright date. I want to say 1995, Upper Deck, the Sonic set. This was released through Sonic food stores. I guess you get a pack of a few cards when you shopped at Sonic one day, got some food, whatever. Airbrushed photos, but of some of the greatest stars of the game. Not everybody's in the Hall of Fame, but some of the greatest stars of the game. Whitey Ford, nothing special about that picture. A very common photo of Cy Young. Interesting Babe Ruth photo, much later in his year, almost looks like mid-30s, almost like he was a coach at this time with the Dodgers or something like that. Babe looks very old and heavy in this photo. Common photo of Lou Gehrig. Nice Mike Schmidt, obviously with the airbrushed logos. Kind of an interesting Nolan Ryan. He's sitting on the turf. You can see because his knees are way up here. He's stretching in the morning with his sunglasses on. Picture you don't typically see of Nolan Ryan. Robin Yount from behind. Nice Gary Carter. Looks like he's connected. The bat's here and the ball's coming off the bat. So it looks like he got a hit. Tom Seaver rearing back and letting go with his Mets days. Here's one of the interesting ones I saw. It's kind of cool. Look at Reggie. He's looking like he wants to catch that ball, but he's got this look of total fear. You want to say concentration. I say fear. He looks like he's, oh, crap, I'm going to miss it. Oh, no. But he's like definitely trying. He's biting his lower lip. He's like, ah. Love that picture. I saw this as I was flipping through the other day. It made me smile. I wanted to share with you guys. Bob Gibson, sporting the huge sideburns on this one. Gil Hodges. Monty Irvin. So far, obviously, everybody is in the Hall of Fame now. This one caught my attention too. Minnie Minoso, but this is back in 1995, long before he got in the Hall of Fame. So, out of all the different people they could have selected for this set, they chose to include Minnie Minoso. Interesting. You know, for the time, he and Mickey Mantle each hit their first career homers in the same game. Wow. From the time he and Mickey Mantle each hit their first career home runs in the same game. That's an interesting trivia question for you. Minoso was an exciting crowd pleaser. He led the league in stolen bases 3 consecutive seasons, starting with his rookie year. He was such a fan favorite that the White Sox brought him back in 1976 when he collected his final major league hit, and in 1980. He brought him back in 1980 as well. That last appearance made him one of 2 players to ever play in 5 decades. Interesting. I had forgotten that Minnie Minoso was in that set, and it just kind of made me smile. Nice Willie Stargell there. Al Kaline also in the batting cage. Here's a cool one too. Joe Jackson, but it looks like he's like, I'm not sure if this is like spring training or he just threw his uniform on to throw around the backyard, because you can see he's like on a farm or something. There's some farm equipment in the background, it looks like, and this is just some field. There's some trees in the background there. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's an awesome picture. And Joe Jackson. Great Walter Johnson photo. Cool Ty Cobb. And this is the other one that got me, because I was trying to remember for the life of me. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a card of Satchel Paige where he's actually in the act of pitching a ball. I'm not sure. Someone else, let me know if you know of any other card that exists showing Satchel Paige in action. I think this is probably when he was with like the St. Louis Browns, or did he play for the Kansas? I think he played for the Kansas City Athletics. Don't quote me on this, but this seems like he was in a major league game when this picture was taken. But again, this is the only card I've ever seen, to my knowledge, that shows Satchel Paige in the act of throwing a pitch in a real game. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So that one caught my eye as well. And those are the cards, 20 of them. You can see Satch was 20 of 20. The 1995 Upper Deck Sonic release. And just four actually. I highlighted 4 interesting cards that made me smile or just think about baseball in a different way. So there you have it, people. That is my video for today. If you enjoyed that, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best to support everybody else in this great card community, all right? Think about coming back on Sunday. I do have the trivia recap on Sunday. I'd love to have you all there. We'll spin the wheel, award all those great cards we put up for grabs this week, all right? Thank you very much for watching. Come back again next week. We'll have more. Have a great day. Take care.